Thanks for joining me for today's cup of coffee focused on tech recruitment, obviously. I had a few calls earlier this week, so it's a good opportunity today on Friday to sort of look back and see what worked and what were some of the questions people asked me during the calls. So if you are a hiring manager, if you are a CTO, if you are a business owner and you are hiring technical people in-house, you will find this short episode useful because I'll go through a few of these questions that other CTOs, hiring managers, and business owners asked me. All right, so the first one was actually with the business owner who was sort of complaining that they couldn't fill even some of the easier roles, such as a tester. It's really a straightforward role. So we dive deeper. We talked about the current challenges, and we've noticed that what they are doing is sort of copy pasting the traditional job description to a few local job boards, and they don't see the results they are looking for. So then we actually looked at the job descriptions, and there was nothing that would really stand out. And today, when IT professionals have lots of opportunities, we really need to look for ways how to make those job opportunities stand out. So the one recommendation I would have for you guys who are trying to fill IT positions in-house is to actually try to step into IT candidates' shoes for a while and imagine you are receiving and looking every day at several, if not a dozen of job descriptions, and they all are the same, plain bullet points. You need to make it stand out, apply some marketing and sales principles, add some visuals, talk about your company, about your team, about the challenges that those candidates will eventually face, because that's what makes the job interesting at the end of the day, right? So that's one takeaway. With another person, we were discussing if they, in their relatively small company, should hire an internal HR person, and if the HR person should also do recruitment. And I would strongly advise against this because it just doesn't work usually. In, say, 9 out of 10 cases I've seen and observed, this didn't work. So the case is that, if the company is small, it's probably a good idea, at some point, like people say, like, hey, why don't we get an HR generalist to also work on the recruitment side, just to fill a few vacancies. This may work for some non-tech positions because the HR person may be able to look for, an office manager or maybe a sales appointment setter, etc. Right? But for technical positions, it rarely works. So I would actually, even though recruitment is a part of HR skill set, or it's within the HR department. But I would advise you to either get a dedicated technical recruiter. It could be a part-time person, it could be outsourced, it could be someone who works for you just 1 day a week, yet still someone who is an expert in that particular area, because this is what IT candidates really don't like. And maybe I should just say hate, because that's really happening on the market. Like, there is a lot of clash between IT candidates and HR people who know very little about IT roles. So I would, I know you may want to save cost, and it may seem like a good idea, but you will not see the results you are looking for if you just get an HR generalist to fill IT vacancies. It will not work. So I would rather advise to get someone like an office manager it may not be a qualified person, but an office manager can probably take care of some of the HR related tasks, and also get a technical recruiter to work 2 days a week on your IT vacancies. You can outsource this to someone, you can hire someone on a part-time basis, or I can also introduce you to great technical recruiters because, since quite a lot of people went through my training programs, I sort of naturally have seen people who are good at tech recruitment, and I can introduce you to those guys. So you may want just to send me a message if you'd like to arrange some introductions to these great tech recruiters, because some of them are really looking for opportunities to work part-time for some companies. Okay, let's think about the other questions that people asked me earlier today. So there was one CTO in a really fast-growing startup who was also not seeing the results when it comes to the tech recruitment, and he was sort of frustrated. So we unpacked this problem. We looked under the hood of his business, and I've noticed that he is actually recruiting himself, which it probably makes sense at the beginning, in the initial phases of the business when the team is very small. But as soon as the company is established, as soon as you as a business generate a certain revenue, as soon as you hit, say, 5, 7, 10 people, and the team is growing, then it may not be the best use of your time as the CTO to spend sourcing candidates on LinkedIn or on GitHub. This particular CTO was sourcing candidates on GitHub, which is a great strategy. It's the strategy I'm also using because I can use GitHub, and a lot of really great IT professionals are on GitHub. So just by the way, I have also created a course for other tech recruiters so they can also learn how to use GitHub. But I know this is very under the radar technique because it feels difficult, but it's not too difficult. You just go through my course, learn how to use it, how to get contact details to developers and IT professionals on GitHub, and you will see some great results. But coming back to this CTO, he was complaining that it takes too much of his time and there is no one else in the company to delegate this activity to, because they don't have HR and developers are already overwhelmed with their daily work. So with that, I also advised him to not get any HR generalist person, but rather outsource it to experts in tech recruitment, especially focused on GitHub, because GitHub worked for him, so why to change the strategy? He just needs someone else to follow the same footsteps. And I know very few tech recruiters actually can use GitHub to source candidates. If you'd like to if you are a recruiter and you would like to increase your value on the market, this is certainly a great way. Like if you can say, hey, Michael, I can use GitHub to source candidates. I'm ready to hire you right away. So you can just send me a message, because I'm also looking for other recruiters to work on some of the projects that I'm involved in. So if you are a senior recruiter, if you can use GitHub to source candidates, then let me know. Send me a message and we will take it from there. Okay, I can hire you part-time or full-time. We will see what are your preferences. Okay, so these were just a few questions and topics we were discussing with hiring managers, with CTOs, with business owners who are looking for ways to expand their tech teams, but obviously it's not easy by any means. It's not any rocket science on the other side, it's just good to think about how to still keep it cost efficient, yet see results quickly. So for that, it's good to involve experts, probably on the ground. Even though you may have wider reach, like one of the CTOs, actually, he was mentioning that they are looking for remote developers, and their HR team, since they are generalists, they even haven't thought of setting up campaigns in different countries. So again, my advice would be not to involve your internal HR too much in recruitment, because they may be very restricted in how they see the candidate or talent pool. So yeah, like what you may want to do if you are a CTO, if you are a hiring manager, you may want to at least consult the strategy with someone who has been already recruiting international talent pool. So yeah, like this is probably a little, a sneak peek of some of our services, because obviously I focus on international tech recruitment, and I work with different partners on the ground. So if there is anything I could help you with, just let me know. Send me a message, and I'll get you in touch with our client onboarding specialist, who can help you see what strategy would be best to apply in your particular case. And thinking of strategies, obviously there are a few ways how to target international tech candidates, including campaigns on social media, either Facebook or LinkedIn. So this is also something we've been setting up for some companies. If you would like to tap on this talent pool and slowly build up your talent pool, in-house talent pool that you can retarget later, just let me know, and we can also arrange a few campaigns for you. Okay? So I guess I covered a few questions and topics we were discussing with fellow CTOs and hiring managers. Hopefully you guys had also a chance to have your coffee, whether morning or afternoon. I'm just looking at the coffee cup, like there is coffee, but since I'm just talking, I couldn't really sip it. So I guess I'll just enjoy it right after I stop recording. So with this, I'll wrap it up. If you guys have any questions related to tech recruitment, ask me in comments. I'll be recording more videos soon. Sometimes I record videos where I screen candidates' profiles. Sometimes I record videos where I analyze technical job requirements. Sometimes I answer questions that people ask me, whether one-on-one during calls with clients or during onboarding sessions through the Tech Recruitment Academy. While I'm on this, I just have to actually mention the next program for fellow recruiters. So if you would like to level up your recruitment skills, I organize the next training program on March 29. The previous one was in December, and the next one is in 2 weeks already. Today is Friday 19th, so in 10 days already. We start in 10 days. It's super exciting. The last one was quite cool, and I actually noticed we need a few improvements. So I rearranged the sessions, made them a little shorter, so you will enjoy it even more. So this is how we like to improve constantly, not just our services, but also the training and the materials. So there is a lot of happening behind the scene. So yeah, if you'd like to become part of the whole ecosystem that I'm building, let me know. Send me an email and we will find a way to plug you in as a partner. Or if you are a developer, if you are a tech professional, I can probably connect you with some of our hiring managers. If you are setting up an agency, I can also help you train your team, because I have a capacity for 1, max 2 clients per month. I organize training sessions for our clients in India, in the United States. So yeah, there is a lot happening, and I'm super excited about some of my new colleagues getting on board, who are helping me to arrange all this. So yeah, if you need any help with something related to tech recruitment, just let me know and we will see if we can help you get some great results fast. All right, so I'll wrap it up. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon again. Cheers.